Hello everyone! Today we bring you a very happy video, because getting new orchids is always a happy time, especially when they're a very thoughtful gift. This box was sent to us by Matthias, from the channel Matt by Nature. And if you're not already watching his videos, you really should, because he makes it really entertaining to follow along with his orchid collection.
We had no idea what plants were inside other than one, an Angraecum didieri that I've been wanting for a really long time, and he very generously offered to send me one.
Unfortunately, in our euphoria to open the box, we forgot to capture decent audio, so you'll mostly hear us talking about the plants after the fact.
A puzzle!
The first plant out of the box was, like I said when I opened it, it's the Laelia vasconcelosiana. And even though we have a little bit of a Rupiculus Laelia collection going, we don't have a yellow one, so I love that he included this one. I couldn't find much information on its particular care, so I'm just going to treat it like all our other ones. And maybe Matt or Fernanda or Nina, because I know they got one too, maybe they can give me some tips.
Next was Angraecum didieri, the plant we knew was coming. This looks really good and healthy, and not very far from blooming if we remember their size correctly. We're just so happy to finally have one.
This next plant I had no idea what it was, out of the box, but after further investigation, it's a seedling of Cattleya trianae. And if you've watched Encanto, it's mentioned in the movie as Flor de Mayo, Colombia's national flower. It's a pretty big plant, so we have a long way to go with this one, but I find it can be rewarding to grow orchids from seedlings sometimes.
The next plant gave us quite a scare, because we thought it was an orchid.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, what she did.
But turns out it's a coleus. So even though it looks a bit scary, it has been our experience that these will survive pretty much anything. So we got rid of the bottom of the stem that had rotted, potted it up, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine.
Now this next orchid. Matt had warned us in his letter that one of the plants could have been exposed to scale. And in our infinite wisdom, we thought he actually forgot to tell us which one. Of course, it said so on the tag of this one, and we were just being idiots. This is Cattleya labiata, another seedling. It looks great so far with no signs of scale. The next one I was not expecting at all.
Oh, okay. Naranjis.
Oh, that's so cool.
But I was really happy to add to our little African orchid collection. We're still getting the hang of them, but they are so small and cute, the more the merrier.
Next we got another seedling of Cattleya percevaliana, and it's cool that Matt sent us these seedlings, since we don't have any of the big old school labiata type Cattleyas. They always felt too daunting to pick up, and we didn't used to have the space, but now we have 3 of them to see grow up.
Matt also sent us a Phalaenopsis minimark. Excuse me, a Laelia minimark, which is a wonderful hybrid, even though he wouldn't admit so himself. We actually just nursed ours back to health, so this wonderful little one is going to cheer up someone else's life.
Next is a plant that when we realized what it was, this was our reaction.
No. É aquela que tem flores com diferentes no...
Oh,
Esta é outra espécie, but still.
that's so cool. This because not only are these orchids really hard to find, but they do this really cool thing, where they have different flowers along the same flower spike. We never thought we'd own one, so now we're just hoping we can make it thrive. this is another one we couldn't find too much online about how to care for it. And what we did find was kinda contradictory. So we're hoping we don't mess it up too bad. It would be wonderful to see it bloom.
Next, he sent us a Tolumnia, and I can't find anything online on this hybrid, especially the second parent. I know there are a ton of Tolumnia hybrids out there, so maybe that's why I can't find anything. Since we only have one other Tolumnia, this one is very welcome to our collection.
Next, we were surprised by a big plant. This is Miltonia regnelli, and I find Miltonia so underrated in the orchid hobby. We have a hybrid and it's one of our favorite Oncidium types. And this one is absolutely beautiful as well. We're so happy to have it.
Right after unboxing, we place them all in what I like to call a sphagnum bed, where I get some moist sphagnum and tuck them all in like it's a sleepover to rehydrate them. Except the big Miltonia, that one we just placed directly in water.
So these are our new plants. It was already too generous of Matt to send us the DDR, but all of these gifts, it was so kind of him.
And now we get to repot them and place them in our collection, so it's fun days ahead.
We hope you enjoyed this video. We certainly enjoyed ourselves, so if you like it, don't forget to subscribe, and go subscribe to Matt, because he's way more fun than we are. And we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.